with a new offering that I have never had in my life.
Yeah, I've sipped on a little bit, but we're going to talk a little bit about Oak Bowery whiskey today, and we're also going to talk a little bit about music. Maybe you caught one of the recent episodes where Jamie and I dove into that. I don't know where we're going to go with this. I have some thoughts and ideas, but we'll dive into that. But we're going to talk about Oak Bowery, and Oak Bowery is cask strength bourbon whiskey at 116.9 proof, and I think that this had a batch number on it or something. I can't remember, but you're like, I've never heard of Oak Bowery, and I get it. So there's a guy on the YouTubes. His name is TJ. His channel is called Brewzle, and I guess his kind of shtick is he goes to different liquor stores to see. He's hunting for things, and sometimes he's hunting for himself.
Right.
But they also do a lot of charity work and things like that. So he might be hunting for bottles to put in a charity auction or whatnot. He gets a lot of hate on the internet.
He does. I don't understand.
I don't get that.
Okay. All right.
Because before he buys things that are maybe allocated or whatever, he always asks the liquor store what their rules are for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like Brewzle. But
anyway, all right, yeah.
Anyway, he's in the process of starting a distillery, and this is their first entry into the market. I think they bought a few barrels from a few different places, and I can't remember where all the places were, but they blended some things together. So essentially, this is a blend.
Okay.
But this is one of their first things.
Okay.
So, Oak Bowery, Opelika, Alabama.
Yeah, yeah.
Wherever that is. I think he's doing
But that guy drives all over the place.
Everywhere. But he's doing a whiskey festival this year, sometime soon, maybe.
His own, isn't it?
His own.
Yeah.
I think he's done that a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I thought, I don't remember what I paid. It wasn't ridiculous. And, he's trying to build a distillery, which is something that I've thought of doing myself. So I'm like, if I could buy a bottle of whiskey and help a guy build his distillery in Opelika, Alabama, then I'll give it a go.
Why not? Yeah.
It's kind of caramely.
Yeah, okay.
Butterscotchy caramely, something like that, right?
Yeah, like a light caramel, but the butterscotch is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Kind of like warm, like a cooked butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a warm butterscotch disc that you have in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Or like if like you get ice cream with a hot.
Oh yeah, drizzle,
butterscotch or something on it.
Great nose.
Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, Brewzle. Not the best whiskey I've had. It's good, and I don't think you advertise it as the best whiskey I've had either. You still get some of that butterscotch, some of that caramel, maybe a little bit vanilla, but there's something that's like I got a bitter note in there, and I don't know if that's what it is. Sometimes you get that with something that's got a lot of oakiness in it, but I don't know. That little bitterness is throwing me off. Just
the odd part is that the biggest thing you take from this is the heat.
Yeah.
More than the taste and more than the palate.
Yeah.
It's the heat. And so I like it hotter. I like a proofier stuff, but I like to have.
Well, I wonder if this one would benefit. I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
But if it might benefit with a little bit of ice or maybe, a few drops of water. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that. But first taste, again, I'm glad about this. Just helping somebody out that's legitimately just trying to build a craft distillery in this small town and do it the right way.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, great.
It's very drinkable.
Very drinkable.
It's not going down the drain.
Oh, no. I wouldn't put this down the drain. No.
But I do like the Brewzle guy.
Really
I like
good.
his videos.
Yeah. And there's no doubt with as much as he has dedicated to the craft itself and the research, he'll eventually have a top-notch thing put out.
Oh, I have no doubt.
There's no doubt in my mind. Zero.
I mean, he's just buying some runway right now through getting
Yeah.
some barrels of I think one of the collection of barrels that there was some distillery or something in Kansas or Nebraska or maybe Iowa or someplace like that went out of business, and I think they got some of their equipment from there, and I could be making the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And I think they got some barrels from there. So I think they were just trying to leverage what they had.
Okay.
I think they got a few other barrels from a couple other spots, but second drink better than the first.
Agree. No, it does. It's the heat kind of dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe a light buttery coating.
Yeah, it does have a good mouthfeel.
It does. Yeah.
Excuse me. Been fighting this thing. I don't even know what it is, but anyway,
it's syphilis.
Syphilis. Better drink some more whiskey. All right, let's talk a little bit about music. And I have a question that's probably not on your notes. If you had to pick the best album ever, would you have something that comes to mind, or maybe a couple things that come to mind? And when I say album, we were having a similar conversation at my house the other night, and I realized the term album doesn't resonate with a lot of people.
It does. It does to me. I'm right with you.
Album, think about like vinyl album. It was all the songs that were on the A side and the B side, and then you get into 8 tracks, which I never really did that. But cassette tape, you had an A side and a B side, and CD, you had all the one side. And then streaming, you have no sides because they don't really release music. It's more like singles. But if you had an album, like best album ever, come to mind, would you have some
personally?
Candidates?
My favorite one ever is Alan Jackson's Job Description.
Okay,
and it's from the first song to the last song. I mean, to me, they're all just kind of bangers. I mean, you can just listen to that.
I'm sure I've listened to it.
I'm positive you have, and it's just goes up and down. I mean, it's just outstanding. But also, Willie Nelson's Stardust, is a really good album to me. And I mean, Willie Nelson is we'll call it on the very tail end of his touring career. Alan Jackson is completely done.
Yeah, I know he is.
He's had his last concert, but
didn't he just come back out that was recent?
That was recent. Yeah, that was his last one down in Nashville, and so.
Living on Love. That song is so good.
Summertime
I was trying to look up the
Gone
tracks.
Country. I mean, it's just thank God for the radio. Job description is outstanding. If I had you, I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good one.
There's so many good ones on that one.
94.
Yeah, and so it's hard for me to get. And I've always, once that came out, it's like this may be the best. And trust me, I wish it was a Waylon CD. I wish it was a Haggard CD because I love those guys. But this Alan Jackson CD album from top to bottom,
that's
good
good.
as it gets.
I have heard that. I don't think it's been a long time since I've listened to it from beginning to end. And see that's the thing, sort of about the media that we grew up with. Like, I mean, records. My mom had records, but I didn't listen to records when I was a kid. Cassettes.
Yeah.
You kind of had to. It kind of forced you to listen to the cassette. Because it was really hard to memorize.
How are you going to time that?
Where you were going to be to the song that you want. And so I think I wonder the more things went digital, did albums, and this is a whole different sidebar question we don't have to dive into, but did that sort of make albums less relevant?
It could be. Now I have seen lately that generations younger than John and I are going back to physical media.
Yeah.
The albums,
tangible, something you can touch and hold.
The vinyls, the CDs, the tapes. Now I haven't seen the 8 tracks. wax. Now that's something I haven't dove into.
I don't think that was a good technology when it came out. And I think that lasted for just a very short period of time.
But I still have the other three. And so,
I mean, it was kind of like the Nintendo. You always had the
blow
cartridge blow on it, and like whatever. Yeah, we were at a record shop, and I like buying vinyls.
Mm-hmm.
If I get new, I don't mind if there's an artist like we were talking about Aaron Lewis the other day. I will probably buy that vinyl.
Yeah.
Because it's just nice to sit down and just appreciate that artist. Because I think there's probably some intention in the order on which things are put on there, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on the artist. Maybe it depends on the label.
Yeah.
But I think the tangible physical media, it's kind of cool to see that that's coming back.
Yeah. I buy a lot of vinyl against my wife's conversations she has with me.
Yeah.
But
it could be tambourines.
It could be tambourines.
Or maybe both.
They're both. Sometimes it is. But do you remember Brian Smith? One of our viewers, he always comments on our music video.
Like the Brian Smith that we grew up with? Yeah, sure. Because I know a few Brian Smiths. Yeah.
Kelly's brother. He talked about Charlie Crockett. And so I don't know if you've listened to Charlie Crockett.
A little bit.
So I did buy it was an autographed album, Charlie Crockett, Age of the Ram, I think is what it's called. It's outstanding, Brian. And so I don't know if you're listening to that one. I'm sure you are. I don't know if you have, but it's outstanding. I was even listening to it again today. I had some.
What would you call his genre? It's kind of rockabilly-ish sometimes.
Some of it is rockabilly, but then in the Age of the Ram, some of the songs on there, you weren't sure if you're listening to a today's artist or a guy from early to mid 70s.
Because it's kind of got the crooner voice.
He has it, yeah. And so, but the songs are outstanding. I mean, you could see yourself just doing what we're doing, just kind of sipping on some.
And that's why I like the record because it's like okay.
But it's outstanding. I mean, his song "Lonesome Dove," or I think there's one. My last drink of wine, or something. Yeah. It's just he did a real great job. The producer of his albums is Shooter Jennings, Way of the Sun, who is one of the best independent. I claim an independent producer because he does some Tune Troubadour stuff. He does Charlie Crockett stuff. He does a lot of these guys
And I think that's where the music's, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's where the music's at right now is sort of those types of artists. Mm-hmm. Because I think they have more flexibility.
I agree.
And the Charlie Crockett story, I don't know, it's super in depth, but it's kind of fascinating. I think he started out as a busker. And I don't remember where he was.
Yeah, I mean, he
was just a street hustler playing some music. That's kind of where he got started.
I'm kind of hooked on him right now. Yeah. So it's somebody that I listen to quite a bit now. And
and he wears those suits like the old timey.
Oh yeah, them old nudie suits.
Yeah.
But so thank you, Brian, for that recommendation. He is somebody that's on constant play.
Well, it's music that you feel something when you listen to it.
You do. Yeah. And so another one that's I don't want to hog all this.
No, that's okay.
Remember Don Williams, the old country singer Don Williams. Okay,
I probably didn't like country then.
Okay, we'll have to fix that. So Don Williams was back 70s, 80s. Lord, I Hope This Day Is Good was one of his big hits. His son, and I forget his name, Tim Williams, I think, found an unfinished album.
It was Dad's?
Yeah, it was Dad's. And so he just recently put that, I think it's called the Epilogue, the Cellar Tapes or something. I got the album.
But it was his voice. Everything was already recorded, laid down on tape?
Laid down on tape. Oh, wow. And they have his original, the guy who produced his albums. Huh. They went and found him. He was still alive, and he came in, and they got some of the original musicians that would play with him, and says, "Okay, we need you to do this track, this track." But you're like, I'm listening to a Don Williams music from that era, the 70s, early 80s, and
is it already out?
It's out. Yeah, it's out. Obviously, it's not autographed since Don Williams is dead.
Well, if it is,
it is a
conspiracy theory.
It is a good one, and so I enjoy in Shooter Jennings.
Epilogue the Selectape.
Yeah, Shooter's doing the same thing with his dad Wayne. So he has a second album coming out of just found stuff.
I talked about that the other day.
And so
these are just artists that obviously aren't going to be around anymore.
They're not going to be around.
But it's good that their kids are trying to carry on their legacy.
Yeah, and just found. I mean, back then, these musicians were just musicians. They didn't care about all this stuff. You're talking about pioneers in the business that
they just wanted to play music.
They just want to play music.
Yeah,
okay, it's not a top 10 hit. Okay,
whatever.
I'm going to record.
Going to play the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to play the next one. So thankfully, their kids have decided that, hey, there's enough fans out there that would enjoy this, or there's future generations that will enjoy this.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your Mount Rushmore of mine would be mostly country. Yours does not have to be.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a foursome
of musicians,
of
bands, artists.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Wow. See, that's a hard question to answer on the spot.
It is a hard question. I agree with you.
I guess it's not rank order because
it's not rank order.
I think Pink Floyd is up there for me.
Okay.
Because I just think they were brilliant musicians. Like my all-time top number one album ever is Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the
Moon.
Okay. Period.
Okay.
And I'll fight anybody that disagrees. See, now I'm trying to figure out that from that angle. Because my second favorite album probably is Alice in Chains Unplugged. But I wouldn't put Alice in Chains on my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
I think Chris Cornell is probably up there.
Okay.
Are you familiar with him? So you should add this to your list.
Okay.
Chris Cornell became first somewhat famous on the music scene with a band called Soundgarden, which came out in the, I think, early 90s. It's part of the Seattle alternative grunge. Like Black Hole Sun.
I've heard it. Yeah.
He left there and kind of made another collaboration, but still kind of metal-ish. And then he's kind of did a lot of solo work. But his vocal range is phenomenal. I think he could cover like 9 octaves.
Oh, God.
But he has the voice of an angel. You should listen to his, especially his like solo work and some of his acoustic work. But he died too soon. Mount Rushmore, that's 2. I feel like there's somebody country in there. I feel like, like a George Strait's got to be in there probably, right? I think.
He's on a lot of people's.
I'm trying to add a little diversity.
What do you have, like 60 number one hit? I mean, he had to. So
I think George Strait's up there. Mount Rushmore. Where's my go-to? Let's say I can't answer go-to because I like to listen to Tool sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the greatest ever.
Yeah.
I want to hold off on my third. Okay. Do you know your Mount Rushmore?
I probably could give you one for guys and girls both. And so
you have multiple. You have a whole park of Mount Rushmore.
I got a whole park. Yeah, they're all over. I'm thinking about building a monument.
That'd be kind of a cool place to visit, right?
It would. Oh, yeah.
Or like everybody gets to like 3D print their Mount Rushmore of music or something. I don't know.
So yeah, for the men's side, I'm gonna start with Hank Williams Sr. And what he left behind at 29 years old. And what it's still trying to mimic today.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So then from there,
excuse me,
I'm going to have Merle Haggard. I'm going to have Waylon Jennings, who kind of just kicked the door open in the 70s and said, hey, I'm done with your establishment. We're going to do it this way. And there's guys today who can thank Waylon Jennings for the fact they have a job. And so
I have no doubt.
And then my fourth one is probably Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's just because he was such a singer-songwriter. He in the 90s was still writing his own stuff.
Yeah, and that was that wasn't super common.
No.
And,
it's coming back. I mean, Luke Combs writes a lot of his own stuff.
Yeah.
Langley's writing their stuff.
I mean, to me, you could tell when somebody is a singer-songwriter because I think the music feels different.
Yeah.
All right, so you said you had female too.
Three females. I'm gonna go with Dolly Parton,
of course.
Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
Loretta Lynn.
Yeah.
My fourth one is probably Patti Loveless.
Okay, I was going to say, don't say it, because there's one lady that a lot of people might put in there.
Yeah,
it's not a fan.
Yeah, just is Patti Loveless, and she won piles of awards. Country Music Hall of Fame. I mean, so she doesn't get quite the credit she probably deserves. Yeah, but she's a songbird to me. And if I had to just start with rock, I have two that I'd start with, and that's Elvis and that's Buddy Holly for me.
Well, I mean, Elvis is pretty important
because the odd part is I was raised probably a little different, and so to me, my music, Elvis and Buddy Holly were the rock I listened to because that's who my parents listened to. Yeah. Elvis kind of was the king of the world in our house, and we still have vinyl. I still have vinyl after vinyl of Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
But then it went into Haggard and George Jones and Ronnie Millsap and Dolly Parton, and these were the people that. So from a rock standpoint, people are like, "Have you heard this song?" Well, yeah, I heard this song because my wife, she was raised Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, so I don't
the Eagles.
Eagles are all right.
And so have you heard this Eagles song? Yeah, I've heard that Eagles song.
But
doesn't Conway Twitty sing that?
And they didn't make the connection.
They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Who's Conway Twitty?
Yeah, but yeah, it's those were probably my guys.
All right, I can fill my fourth now.
Okay,
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that's a dandy. And so to me, Johnny Cash can hit every single genre.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in every Hall of Fame the world's ever presented.
I know.
Because Johnny Cash he's a bad son of a bitch.
All right, so what did I say? I said Johnny Cash,
George Strait,
Pink Floyd.
Yes, that was number one.
Oh man, I can't even remember. I guess I'll have to look back at the tape and figure it out.
Was it Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell, yeah.
Okay, so but yeah, Johnny Cash. It's like I said, I leave a lot of guys off. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. I mean, there's so many. George Jones. The crazy part is with George Jones is he only had like 10 number one songs, which is hard to believe that George Jones
was there forever too.
He was there forever.
I bet Willie hasn't had that many, has he?
Right. Yeah, I bet he has probably as many.
More as a songwriter.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's had probably more as a songwriter. I know his first one was a songwriter.
Yeah.
And I will still go back to, I think it's a Showtime TV series, George and Tammy.
Yeah.
It's only 6 episodes. I watch it all the time. My wife thinks I'm a jackass. But I love it.
I thought about watching it.
Oh, God, I watch it all the time.
Sometimes there's a compromise. We got to figure out what we can watch together. Yeah. And I don't know that that's coming.
Here's what you can watch. Amanda, go to another room. I'm going to watch something good. We're tired of watching Bachelor in China.
Well, sometimes those shows are just entertaining.
They're the entertainment value.
Yeah. I worry about people, though.
But yeah.
Those shows.
I love doing the music ones.
Yeah.
And Brian, I really thank you for turning me on to Charlie Crockett.
Yeah.
Age of the Ram is an outstanding album.
I dipped my toe into that a while back, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't continue with it. Yeah. So, and I think the depth of his what do you call it? Songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't super deep back then.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sure it's a lot deeper now.
Oh yeah. It is.
All right. Another guy they don't remind me of one another, but they sort of seem to kind of come up at the same time or similar times. Marcus King. Do you know him?
Yes, I do remember Marcus King.
Dude. That guy, he can play.
He can play the daylights.
He's more blues.
Yeah, he's a bluesy guy. He dresses wild. I mean, his outfits are awesome. If you haven't seen his outfits, you got to go see his outfits.
And he's a kid that got started. I think I have the story correct. There's a famous guitar store. I think it's in Southern California, like LA maybe, or San Diego. And it's called Norm's Rare Guitars or something like that.
Okay.
Right? Like, I was in this phase there for a while where, like, I would just, like, you see some of these guitars, like, that thing is beautiful, right? I mean, and there's a lot of beautiful guitars out there. I mean,
they're outstanding.
You might not be into it, but there was a stretch there I was really into it. This Norm's Rare Guitars has been around for, I don't know, 60 years, 80 years, a long time.
Yeah.
But they get these super rare or somewhat rare instruments, and they're like a 1962 Les Paul Gold Top.
Oh wow!
Which is like a thing. And some of these go for a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they'll have all kinds of different guitars. But anyway, Marcus King came in to play.
Mm-hmm. Did he really?
When he was like 12 or 13 or
wow.
something, really, really young. And that's kind of where he got his break because they recorded him playing and singing. And I think he ended up playing with like B.B. King or something like that. Like as a teenager. But
he can play guitar. I mean, unreal how well he can play guitar.
Yeah, and like that music, you feel it when you listen to that too.
He was given a gift.
He was given a gift.
So
he was. All right. Any other?
No, I like doing this. We'll do it again, and I'm sure we will.
Get your stickers. We've got them. $2.
Yeah.
Just send us a message. And the good news is, if you order a MoJo Whiskey Bar T-shirt for $30, or the Rye Guy, which hopefully I remember to put an image, which if not, look back a few videos. We've got these Rye Guy or Gal T-shirts that will also
we
do
have
for $30.
got an order for a Rye Gal shirt.
We have. We'll throw in a sticker for free if you get a shirt. So let us know.
Yeah. Hey, we are here to please. We're just here for your entertainment. So please use us for your muses. So we appreciate it. We're on all socials. We appreciate all the support and the follows and the comments. And we look forward to more tastings and more music discussions. Yeah. And if you guys got a topic for us, hey, shoot it to us. Hey, we'll discuss about anything.
We're probably not going to talk about politics.
We will not. We will avoid the politics.
Not with the camera on. So anyway, if you want to come over and talk about politics and drink some whiskey and listen to some music, maybe. Yeah. But not on film. We're not those guys. So.
And we have had a request from a person to sit down with us and drink and taste some whiskey with us. So we will. Maybe we might have a special guest.
Just make sure that person has a driver because we can get him hammered.
That's right.
Had a buddy come over the other day. Well, he's not really a whiskey guy, and he seemed a little interested. Like, you played along, and
how'd that work out for him?
He said he'd never been so drunk in his life. The good news is he didn't have to drive home. He had somebody to take care of that for him. But I wasn't trying to get him hammered. I was just like excited that somebody besides Jamie was into it as I sat down with him. So, until next time, y'all.
Bye.